project. Did you hear anything?
Oh, yes, I did. I got the job. Yes.
So why don't you tell our audience what that means?
I was offered the 6th grade language arts position. Yeah, so I'm very excited.
And why don't you tell our audience how we know each other?
Yeah, so Miss Masud was my 5th grade teacher.
And now you're going to be working in my school with me. That's so cool. Oh my God, I love it so much. That's so exciting. So the main question is any subject or topic that you wish you could have learned in school, whether with me or just in school in general, or that you could have gotten to explore a little bit more deeply. So what is the topic you feel applies for you?
So I would say a topic for me would be during gym class.
Okay.
So for me during gym class, and like a lot of other students, I'm sure too, I dreaded gym class. I did not want to go to gym class because it wasn't something that I was interested in doing. Sometimes it was like track and just running, and that did not appeal to me.
Right.
But other times it was something more fun, like gymnastics or something else I was interested in. I remember in high school, we had like the ropes course outside. That was like my favorite thing in gym class. I looked forward to doing that. So I really wish that we would have been able to choose more what we would learn during gym class instead of doing like a little bit of everything.
Okay. So do you feel like by having that choice that it would have motivated you later in life too?
Yes, I do think that, because I think that would have encouraged me to kind of explore those things more on my own, even like during school. Like when after school, I could join different programs and things. And then even like after I graduate, doing things outside on my own, I think I would have more so been eager to do those things.
Okay. How do you feel like that could look? Because we also want to expose kids to things that they may not be aware. Like they may not be aware that maybe they like running because they never tried it, and gym class is a place to try it. So how do you think we could find the balance of exposing them and giving them a chance to try what they like, but also like catering it to their interests so that they master that more?
So I actually did a little bit of research on this.
Oh, nice.
There was a high school called, let's see, Pawtucket, I believe, and it is in Wisconsin. And it is one where they offer different classes, but the first part is like about a month long, and it introduces all of the options that students can take. And then the next, they get to sign up for the one that they want to focus in on. And there's like 5 different types that you can take, which is kind of cool. So you can do like outdoor education, like kayaking, hiking, things like that.
Oh my, what?
I thought that was pretty cool. That's the one
amazing.
I was
Yes.
And there was another one for like dance and movement. So that would be like Zumba and different like styles of dance, like ballroom dancing even included, things like that.
And do you know if once they chose one, are they allowed to switch out? Do you know? Or
I think they have to do it for the whole year.
Okay. So they have to stick it out. Okay.
So like after they do that 1 month, that's kind of when you decide, okay, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
And then they would do that for the rest of the year and kind of focus in on that one that they really loved. And also like really become a master of it instead of just trying everything for a little bit, like focusing in on to be like really good at that one thing.
It takes such a long time when it comes to anything with exercise or physical activity. It takes so much time. And that's true because when we have PE, I feel like we kind of get the sense of like things just happen very quickly, which is obviously nobody's fault. It's just the nature of the system. To teach patience when it comes to physical activity is so key because it takes so much time to master these things. It would be interesting if like 1 year you can master one of, or not master, but try to master one of the options, and the following year you could choose a different one, and then you would get so much more, I guess.
Yeah, I think they can choose like each year. I think it has to be for the whole year, but then that next year they can try a new one.
That's a very cool concept. Is there anything that happened with you that like sparked this?
Well, always like running the mile. They always forced us to do that mile, and I hated that. It was always
think a lot of people would feel the same way.
Yeah. That was definitely one. And like I don't know, like hockey, like forcing us to play hockey where we would have to like play against people. And then I got hurt once. I remember playing hockey. Somebody hit me so hard in the shin with a hockey stick. And I just did not want anything to do with it.
Ever again.
Yeah.
A little traumatized. Yeah. What is something you would have liked, like for you personally, that you would have loved to have done more of?
I think the outdoor education would have been awesome. Like doing hiking and like the outdoors ropes courses and like the kayaking. I know that one would be kind of tough, but things like that I think would have been really cool. Or even like on a lesser scale, like the dance class would have been really cool. I think that would have been like my second option. There was also like a net sports one, which is like all tennis, all volleyball, all those different types of things, and badminton, and it explores all those.
So even within one group, they still had other options too?
Right. And then there was like the competitive team sports that you could join, which I probably would have not done, but other people would have liked. Like basketball, soccer, all of those.
And then you said volleyball, and then swimming, but I guess swimming you'd have to have obviously a pool.
Swimming would be cool. I might have signed up for swimming, honestly. That would be pretty cool.
If we had, but like even I remember running the mile, and it just turns you off so much, and it is so good for you, and it is so good for your heart, and it's so important, and obviously I totally support all that, and I actually love to run now, but that was just now. Like anything coming up to it. Maybe it's the whole concept of being forced to do it, as opposed to just finding your own way into it or choosing it. So I definitely agree with you. That's a very, very good point. What about like your peers or your friends growing up in school? Do you feel like they had similar experiences?
Yes. So at my school, or our school even, I would say yes, because like I would stand with my friends like in the corner, kind of just trying to avoid doing things. Like I don't want to be a part of this. Like I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to. This is not my sport. And I think a lot of people felt like that too. But then when we did do like the gymnastics, like my friends loved that with me too. We all were doing all the cool things on the floor, like doing the vault. I remember we had
yes, I remember that.
Cool. Yeah.
Do you feel like, how much of this do you feel is interest, and how much do you feel also has to do with like the age and feeling self-conscious and confidence, more of being embarrassed? Like, do you think that's more of an issue, or it's kind of a mix of both of those things?
I think maybe a little bit of a mix, but maybe sort of the passion part of like not wanting to do it. I feel like maybe a little bit more so. But yeah, as you get older, I think the self-conscious part kind of comes out more.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wonder if even, because I know that some students, even because of their age, even if I was to offer them the opportunity to do what they love doing, let's say they play soccer or do lacrosse, I can see some of them just being self-conscious because there's other people watching. So that's a whole different issue. But I love the idea of choice and that being offered. I know you said you looked into this school. Was there any, I don't know if the article mentioned or not, was there any like evidence of more involvement from kids, more engagement from kids, like overall more happiness from the kids?
Yeah, I believe they like interviewed some students, and they all said that they really liked it, and they were like continuing it outside of school and things. It really had a good impact on them. So there
was evidence that there had a longer lasting impact for them. Okay.
I did actually have one friend who had a school like this that she went to, and her high school offered this.
What was her experience?
So she loved it. She was able to do the dance class, and she was a dancer outside of school too. And it really made her just love gym class. And
do you know what kind of dance they did? Was it like specific, like jazz, hip hop, ballet?
I think they did all the different types. Yeah, they went through did a couple weeks of each or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then she continued that after school too?
Yes. So then she would also go like after school because she loved it so much. She was like so interested in doing it more. So she started competing and things like that.
So it really can spark a lot. I love that. That's really good.
I was always
jealous. Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. So in general, having those options, I think, is so great. It's really helpful, I think. And hopefully people hearing this will be inspired, even if it just means like catering to that or altering their plan a little bit, or just the thought in their head to start the conversation. I think that's important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate your time so much. I know you've had a very, very busy week. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.